Hi, everyone, and welcome to the WireX Crypto Podcast. I'm your host, Lianna. I'm very happy to introduce our guest for today, Dyma Budorin, CEO of Hacken. Welcome, Dyma.
Hello. Thank you, Lianna. Nice to be here.
Nice to meet you. On today's episode, we'll explore the evolving tactics scammers are using to deceive investors and the role influencers and celebrities play when endorsing questionable projects. We'll also dive into the issue of victim blaming in the crypto space and discuss practical steps for shifting the focus to the root causes and better protecting yourself from scams. Before we start, Dyma, can you share a bit about your professional journey and what led you to explore the topic of crypto scams?
Sure. So my professional journey started in 2007. I joined Deloitte, and I spent at Deloitte around 8 years working in different offices. Mostly it was financial, but not only financial audits, it was also IT controls audits. And yeah, I worked in different domains, and like auditing is in my DNA, let's say like this. Then I had the short trip, I would call it trip, working with government, with Ukrainian government. I was in charge of building cybersecurity center in Ukraine Defense Military Consortium, Ukroboronprom. And I clearly understood that working for government is not that where I want to put my skills and resources. So yeah, and then like during 2017, when I already had the team, cybersecurity team, we were so fed up with government stuff, and it was evolving crypto world. So we quitted our jobs and we started Hacken in summer 2017.
Thanks for that. Wow. I mean, that sounds really interesting. And, we talk about crypto scams, but scams are everywhere, right? It's not just specifically to crypto, this industry, but, it has surged significantly in recent years. In your opinion, what are the main drivers behind this increase? Is it more about technological loopholes or a lack of awareness among investors?
No, I would say in crypto you can monetize your hack immediately, like your let's say black hat tricks. So it means that in Web 2 it's harder to like basically when you hack someone to give them money. While in Web 3, it's pretty easy. So that's why a lot of people are switching to crypto. And a lot of hackers are switching to crypto and they are more, let's say, profitable, unfortunately.
I remember.
But again, do we talk? We have to we have to distinguish. In my classification, we have like three types of bad actors in crypto. It's hackers, fraudsters, and scammers. If you like, I can give definitions.
Please, yes, please give. Let's dive deep.
Yeah, so hackers is probably the most obvious ones. It's like guys with technical skills who can sometimes not only with technical skills, but they can hack into like products codes and steal funds, or for example, they can use some lame phishing techniques and distribute certain links where people click on them, and they lose their access to their wallets, for example. Then we have scammers. Scammers are the guys who are creating projects and then abandoning it and basically do the rug pull. There are two types of scammers, like intentional scam and unintentional scam. So unintentional is when the guys in the beginning of their journey, they really wanted to do everything properly, build a new unicorn, but they just lacked some skills or some knowledge, and their token is going is not developing, and the price of the token is going down. And there are intentional scammers who, from the day zero, they know that they want to scam people, and they do. There are a lot of different schemes how you can do it. It's like to like extract the liquidity, make the sniping of your token in the beginning of the life cycle, and then sell it to community. Make pump and dump schemes using the market makers. So these guys usually are anons, and a lot of people are fooled by these guys. And the third type, I would call them fraudsters. These are big guys. That's that, like, the typical representative of fraudster is Sam Bankman-Fried with FTX founders that do a lot of dirty stuff, like using their clients' deposits, manipulating with margin tradings, sending user deposits to other exchanges, selling unexistent tokens on the centralized exchanges, and their fraud is still unrevealed, and they continue to lie. They're public persons, but our industry at the stage that we cannot, we don't have power to reveal the truth about them. So that's my classification of the bad actors.
I think that's a great way of like differentiating the different hackers to scammers and fraudsters. And I remember coming into the space and it's been drilled down so much, like, do not click on any links, and we've come a long way, right, in terms of scams. I still remember the days when you get the email like, oh, I am stuck in Nigeria, for example, and there are all these different scams from before, and as blockchain and crypto technologies evolve, scammers seem to be evolving too, right? What are some of the new and more sophisticated scam tactics you've seen emerge lately that are particularly difficult to detect?
Well, I mean, like the scams, you can be a phishing victim. Everybody can be a phishing victim, and even the best ones, sometimes they can be tired and lose the patient, something like this. Even Julian from State Capital, that he runs Reg.News, the Web3 security Bible, he lost his because of he connected. Right now, there are like two interesting things going on. So first of all, there are already academies at the black market, the dark net, with proper like SaaS where you can go use hacker SaaS to distribute the links, and then once you got the access to social media accounts, this SaaS automatically start to post malicious like scammy messages, which and where there is crypto wallets, and automatically when someone is sending this money to this crypto wallet, it's shown in your hacker SaaS, and then the creator of the software receive the commission. So it's already at that professional level. But another interesting thing is that a lot of efforts hackers are putting into connecting social medias with crypto wallets. so that to understand what exact assets do you have. And when they have this knowledge, they start to do very targeted phishing attacks on you. So, for example, you have Pudgy Penguin NFT collection or whatever, or on your wallet you have investments, I don't know, in Aptos or some other one. And then they start to send you phishing links like the targeted or airdrop, like new product, put your connect your wallets and receive free money. And yeah, sometimes people, even the best ones, they lose patience and they connect the wallets and the wallets are drained. So once again, like first, it's sophisticated hackers SaaS products. Second, very targeted attacks by connecting wallets with the social media profiles.
That's really interesting to know. And, influencers and celebrities often promote these crypto projects, which turn out to be scams, right? So how much responsibility should they bear? And what can be done to hold them accountable? Who is accountable in this situation, right? What are your thoughts on that?
I would say that accountable for these situations are crypto builders, like me. I don't know, like some other, like also auditing firms, some big development companies. I think we are accountable for that because we as an industry builder still didn't like create proper, platform for scams checks, and it's not widely spread, unfortunately. So how, like, for example, how the celebrity can understand that whether he is dealing with scam or not? He can't. He doesn't know this industry. There is no place to check whether he's working with scam or not. So if there is no tools to check, then why should we blame him? Shall he like completely abandon all their promotion for any crypto? I don't know. I don't think it's fair. And I don't think it's good for our industry, like completely turn off the advertisements from the non-crypto KOLs. Is there, so of course, such scammers will appear there and here, but we as builders of the industry, we have the final responsibility on that. Not regulators, of course. Regulators who they also don't know our industry, and they are not building stuff. They have other KPIs. Yeah, they have KPIs to bring revenue in the tax in the form of taxes to their countries. So they don't have they don't care if our industry will grow or fall. They care about the tax income. So, and they will not build any, like products to verify scams. It's not of their interest, and that's not of their expertise. So yeah, I think I'm personally responsible that some celebrity is promoting scam.
Yeah, no. So I'm really glad you kind of said that, right? Because most of the time, when you speak to people, the minute when you talk about accountability, everyone seems to want to throw that hot potato, right? And yeah, you're right. Influencers and celebrities don't really know this space as much. And sometimes I think they are also led by their managers or agents, which, also don't know this space, right? So when it comes down to making money and getting a profit, they don't necessarily do the due diligence. In fact, and maybe they don't even know how, right? So victim blaming is also very common when it comes to crypto scams. Why do you think this is the case? And how can we shift the conversation to focus on the root causes rather than blaming the victims?
Unfortunately, our industry is a lot about like fast money and huge money, and it's about like every player of the industry, retail, exchanges, VCs, crypto funds, and project builders. So nobody really cares about the industry as a whole, and sometimes people don't even want like us to uh, transform from the Wild West to something mature, because we will probably lose certain volatility, which traders love. Um, so, and in order to build proper, like a platform that's where you can verify scams, like check the products if there's scams or not. It's quite a big investment, and like we tried to do it, and like we had we had we didn't raise like funds. We were bootstrapped from 2017, and we were building it from our profits. But when we were talking to investors, we see like, let's guys help us to build something global to prevent scams, and they just like, how are we going to make money out of it? Know how? Okay, we're not interested. We better invest in some meme coin launch pool and make some good return on investments in the first months. So I think it's only like initiatives of some builders can change this approach.
Yeah.
We should not rely on regulators. They don't have interest in that.
Yeah, and I feel like regulators sometimes, without the knowledge of the space and what the elements are of the ecosystem, sometimes they would, with the regulation, stifle innovation, right? And given the frequency of scams and bad actors in the crypto space, what can be done to rebuild the trust with the general public? Are there any specific steps or strategies that the industry should adopt, besides regulation and, due diligence?
Yeah, of course. Like, at least if we at least analysis of the tokenomics of the projects will be already more than enough. Unfortunately, like I would say that the biggest impact on the industry right now have the aggregators like CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, DexScreener, DexTool. But they lack of, even though they have some tools to analyze tokenomics, but they still lack of a lot of valuable checks. And the tokenomics of a lot of projects is absolutely untransparent, which creates the risks of scams. And the proper platform that will analyze at least this, and if better, like to analyze more information on the projects, like so that people can check their investment at this platform before making a decision. This is something that can solve this problem. But again, like there's regulator will never do it, and they are trying the best, and we work closely with ADGM regulator, with European Union, with Turkish regulator, with VARA from Dubai, and they're learning, but it's not their full-time job. They don't understand all the risks, and yeah, risks are changing in our industry, and they don't have to know all the specifics and details. It's us who needs to explain those stuff to them.
And so yeah, what are your?
I believe yes, please.
No. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that we need to build a global platform where people can, when some people are working there, like in decentralized manner, and analyzing all the new projects and give the scores based on certain methodology and do all the checks, and they get somehow rewarded. And there are other people who are using this data to make their investment decisions, to check the project is a scam or not. So
Yeah,
we
and
need
and what
such a properly built platform.
so what do you think about encouraging ethical hackers or bounty hunters, right, to identify and expose scams? Is that a viable solution? And what could be the benefits of this approach, right? And what risks should we be aware of? I mean, because you were talking about like with the regulators, policymakers, they rely on other people. So what if that other people coming in is a scammer as well? So I mean, yeah. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on this.
Like, first of all, ethical hackers, their job is like to find security vulnerabilities, so not to find scammers. They are like they're fighting hackers, the black hats. Well, I mean, there are a lot of people with reputation who was building its reputation for years. And there are a lot of teams like that. So they should have received the trust of the community to build such platforms and to be a voice of crypto when you speak with regulators. Our industry is like exists for quite a long time. Like it's already 8 years since first ICOs happening, and 8 years is not short term.
And what are the top red flags and warning signs that people should be aware of to avoid falling victim to a crypto scam? Could you share some practical advice for our listeners?
Uh, I would I would say never invest in anonymous teams. You should check the social media on Twitter score or Twitter scout, and so to understand is the community and followers base is fake or not. This is a it's very easy check, and it will give you sufficient information. Because if Twitter score is low, that means they have all fake followers, and means that if they fake followers, that means that they can fake everything. So no trust on such teams. Also, of course, security audits is very important, and double check the security report, because there are a lot of cases when teams are making an audit, for example, just for a token or for one code or part of the code, and then they upload completely different code, the changed one. It's very common thing, unfortunately. And the name of the auditor matters as well. Big names, so that like the trusted auditors who had big name clients and long track records, these guys you can trust. What else? There are some interesting public, let's say, ranking of VCs and market makers, like where you can see that if the VC or market maker has bad reputation, it means that you are at risk of the rug pull. So also you have to understand what are the money behind this product. I can actually send this list you can add this to description of the podcast. I think it will be quite useful for people to check it. It's not it's my list. It's the list from the from some unknown, but it's really legit and I trust it. I'm gonna send it right now.
Oh, that'd
So
be
yeah,
great.
that's probably just send it. So that's probably the main things, and of course tokenomics. Yeah, if you can, I personally use one product called Bubble Maps, which in the very easy to understand way they present the tokenomics and the distribution of tokens within the supply, and you can find dependencies in different chains between different wallets that they call it cluster. That's the bigger the clusters, the bigger the chances that there's going to be a rug pull. So yeah, use bubble maps for supply analytics. It's very useful.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And looking ahead, do you believe the crypto industry is making meaningful strides in combating scams, or do you see this as an ongoing, persistent issue that will be, challenging to fully eliminate?
I think what we can do, we can make the life more difficult of hackers and scammers, and that's a possible thing to do. So it's just some teams should focus on it. Like for example, our team, we are focusing on our core business. Like we're focusing how to make revenue and how to feed like 120 people in our team at the first place. If we would have like certain resources to allocate that the people are only focusing on like public goods to create anti-scam platforms, then it would change the situation drastically in our industry.
Yeah, I think, as much as there are, crypto scams, like I said at the start, scams are all around, right? It's not just in the crypto industry. But yeah, thank you for that. And thanks so much for your time and insights today. You've given us a lot to think about when it comes to the rise in crypto scams and how we can protect ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. And to all our fantastic listeners, I hope you've enjoyed the conversation. Don't forget to express your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing this episode. Thank you for tuning in. And until we meet again, stay well.